Galileo. Introduction. What do chandelier and the planet Venus has in common? They each played a part in the discoveries of one of history's greatest scientists 500 years ago. His name was Galileo Galilei. Galileo's childhood. Galileo was born in Italy in 1564. From a young age, he was good at asking questions, though his questions got him in trouble. Galileo changed the way we understand the world. The student. As a young man, Galileo wanted to learn about math and physics, the science of matter, energy, and motion. He made one of his first discoveries in physics. A year before, he entered university. One day, in 1582, Galileo watched a chandelier hang from the ceiling inside a church. He saw that the wind outside was making the chandelier swing back and forth. He also saw something strange. Although some wings were wider than others, every swing took exactly the same amount of time. By watching the chandelier, Galileo discovered that a weight that swings back and forth can keep time. Later, he figured out how to build a clock using his idea. Clocks like his are still in use today. Galileo did not study math when he first entered university in 1583. His father wanted him to become a doctor. Instead, Galileo's study of medicine never interested him much, though, in fact, he never finished his studies. He left university in 1585 because of money problems. For the next 4 years, Galileo taught math. However, he did not give up his interest in science. The professor. In 1589, Galileo turned to the university as a math professor. He continued to ask questions and test things. For example, he did several tests with the falling object to see what would happen. However, the discoveries that would make him famous were still to come. The astronomer. In 1609, Galileo had heard about spyglass, invented in the Netherlands. When a person looked through the spyglass, faraway object looked closer. Galileo had never seen a spyglass, but he figured out how to build one. Soon, he was able to make objects far away to look 30 times bigger. In one word, Galileo built a telescope. He began to use his telescope to study the night sky. Galileo's telescope changed his life and his science forever. With his telescope, Galileo made discovery. After discovery, he saw that the surface of the sun sometimes had dark spots on it. He discovered Jupiter's 4 largest moons. He was the first person to see that the planet Venus appeared to change shape, just as the moon does. Sometimes, Venus looked like a full circle, and sometimes it was just a thin slice of light in the night sky. Galileo put some of these discoveries in a book called The Steady Messenger in 1610. The book made Galileo famous, but the fame had a price. In trouble with the church, Galileo's discoveries about the solar system got him in trouble. The Catholic Church was not happy about his ideas because they were different from church teachings. For centuries, the Church and thought that the Earth was the center of our solar system. The Church believed the sun, moon, planets, and the stars all moved around the Earth, but Galileo's discovery of the changing shape of Venus didn't fit this picture. Taken together, Galileo's discoveries were big clues that the solar system moved around the sun, not Earth. He was not the first person to come up with this idea. However, his discoveries were the best proof yet that Earth was not the center of our solar system. The church did not like this idea. At that time, the church could put people on trial for ideas that went against church teachings. In 1633, the church put Galileo on trial and found him guilty. Galileo was forced to say that his discoveries had been lies, even though he knew they were not. The church ordered Galileo to stay in his home for the rest of his life. He was also told not to publish any more books. Galileo continued to write down his ideas anyway. He published his final book, Two New Science, in 1638. At this point, Galileo had become blind and his health was poor. He died in 1642 of natural causes. Science after Galileo. We know that Galileo was right. Earth does move around the sun. Galileo's gift for asking important questions helped him make some of the greatest discoveries of his time. Galileo was the first scientist to say the laws of nature could be written down using math. He was also no measurement in his experiments. In this way, he made it easier for other scientists to test his ideas. Galileo was a model for many scientists who followed him, including Isaac Newton and Albert Einstein. Today, we can call him the father of modern science.